2010 Junior Chamber International World President. He is a man of great values and passionate about Africa. Born on April 4th, 1971 in Yaoundé, Cameroon, Roland Kwemain holds a master's degree in international management from the IAE Poitiers, France, a diploma in corporate social responsibility and sustainable development from the World Bank Institute, and is pursuing a doctorate in business administration (DBA) in strategic management at the Eurasian Management and Administrative School (EMAS) since 2002. Roland Kwemain is a co-founder of Go Ahead Africa Limited, a leadership management and coaching firm whose objective is to contribute to the development of Africa by empowering its development actors. As a coach and trainer, he accompanies many multinational companies and international organizations. He facilitates strategic retreats and team-building sessions. He has developed a great expertise in change management of human capital and organizations. He's the lead trainer of the Leadership Certification Program HEMLE and Riandra Goji and Coaching Certification Program Ubuntu. He is the founder of the Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Foundation, the PLF, which ensures all CSR initiatives of Go Ahead Africa Limited, including leadership and entrepreneurship academies in a dozen of African countries, Nyango Impact Program, and the National Forum on CSR and Volunteerism. He is a member of the board of directors of several NGOs. Roland Kwemain is the President Emeritus of the Catholic Men Association in Cameroon. He is an inspiring servant leader and an excellent speaker, a dedicated trainer and a professional coach who has the keys and the right words to awaken the power of impactful leadership within each individual. He has conducted trainings and conferences in over 90 countries. Roland is the author of 3 books: The Impact 1, Impacted Spirit Volume 1, Impacted Spirit Volume 2. He perfectly speaks French and English and is married to Roland and has 3 children.
Welcome back, die-hard viewers of Managing Africa. Thank you so much for being with us. Now, joining us on set today is the business leader, coach, trainer, author. He's worth more. He is also definitely the chairman of Go Ahead Africa. It's a pleasure to have you on board, sir, today.
Thank you, Nadine.
How are you doing?
No, fine, fine.
It's been over the years.
Yeah.
You have the same look, the same smile. What is your secret?
I think it's peace of mind.
Why?
And then also, I'm very lucky to do what is like part of my passion.
Yes.
So I keep saying I'm aligned. My profession is like my vocation, is my passion, and it's also like my mission.
So your secret is that you're doing what you love to do.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
So I keep sharing that if you don't do what you love what you do.
Okay. And you'll be just fine.
Yes, fine.
And you keep this smile that you have. But I think another thing you have is sports. Do you sports?
Yes, every day.
Tell us about that.
It's like keep fit.
Yes.
Just on YouTube, you know, cardio.
Yes.
Because it's very important that the blood circulate well. So exactly. I do 30 minutes every day. So it's okay.
Minutes.
And
That's
it makes
beautiful.
me, yeah.
Now we got the exact secret. Sporting is amazing.
Yeah, it will help, you know, to push away the stress.
Yes.
Because whether you like it or not, entrepreneurs, and you said it, a business coach like me, you cannot give what you don't have. So you cannot be supporting and helping business leaders when you yourself you are going through a lot.
That's right. You keep fit.
You are fine emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, you know. You need to be okay. And
I'll join you in that sporting session.
But you are fine.
That's why you don't get old.
Yeah, I'm 54, so I don't know.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about Go Ahead Africa. Yes. Tell us more about what you do on Go Ahead Africa.
Go Ahead Africa was created in 2010. Yes. You know, as soon as I finished my JCI presidency, that year I've traveled intensively around the world,
yes,
promoting JCI, supporting young entrepreneurs. We also celebrated my leadership, I mean, within the JCI. But I asked myself, how come where I come from, which is Africa, there's a huge paradox. We are the richest continent in terms of natural resources, Unfortunately, we are not really the most advanced. So what we have called the African paradox.
Yes.
And the question was, how could we explain that? My humble explanation was that it's essentially so now we started Go Ahead Africa, which is a consultancy firm that help training leaders, that help also strong team.
Yes.
Because cohesion, team spirit. But at the end of the day, we work a lot on the performance. And when we talk about performance, you have the social performance of company, which is like well-being. You have the organizational performance, which has to do with processes.
Yes.
But you have the last performance, which is the economic performance. I mean, making profit.
Yeah. Now let's talk about some of the projects that you have been carrying out at Go Ahead Africa. Tell us, explain about some of these major projects that you have.
We have a lot of team building activities.
Yes.
I think that's one of our flagship programs.
That's right.
You know, when companies or business leaders, they come to us, they will say, okay, we are going through, maybe my team, we have issue on cohesion, they are not motivated, our performance has dropped, you know, the ambience is not good. So now we come out with a team building activity. So it's one of, which is like coming together,
yes,
brainstorming on what are the issues. We must identify the root cause, because the business leader or the leader can say, they say, we have issue with motivation.
Yes.
But it's him saying, the question is, why do you think that staff are not motivated? But I will not ask him.
Yes.
We do the enquete.
Yes, investigation.
Investigation with the main key holders, stakeholders.
Yes.
Then from there, we'll come out with something. Then now we have a retreat where they can be team building. There's another element, product, which is training. There we identify, or the client tell us that I want, for instance, my people have issues on delegating, or we don't manage well our time, or we are not well organized, or we don't run well our meeting. Now we are going, those are management tools.
Yes.
We come out with a training program, then we do a lot of trainings. There's another product which is coaching. Coaching here are individual members of maybe the management committee, because we really go high. We work essentially with the management committee, with directors. So from there, we can have a program, 3 months, maximum 6 months, where we have identified with him what are the challenges he's facing, then we'll come out with it. Now, coaching is essentially helping you to be the better version of yourself. It's not training.
That's right.
Yeah, it means that there's a lot to be done by the coachee. Okay. Yes, so then we also have the Impact Talks, which is every quarter. It used to be every month, now it's every quarter. We bring together hundreds of managers, professionals on a topic. Then they have a whole day training with us. So that's it.
What are some of the challenges that you've come across while struggling to implement this initiative? What are they?
I think when we created Go Ahead in 2010, I had almost 1 year where nobody understood why we were doing what we wanted to do.
Yes.
Starting with my family, with friends, even with the client. They were like, oh no, this is like American stuff, you know, Western stuff, you know, training, team building,
like they
all
don't
that.
need
No. So it took us more than 1 year to really explain.
Yes.
But I'm happy because I have a big sister, Amatu Tumuna. She was Minister of Culture. Yes. She was my first client in terms of government. Well, that was not really our target. Yes. But she told me, okay, Roland, can you come and do something for us? We did. We was a good entry point. They also had a friend who was running an IT company who also told me, Roland, I can't pay you, but I think, because he studied in USA, yes. So he said, please, can you just do like a training and a team building for my... So those were 2 clients, but after a year, then later on, I will not forget, General Conchu came at Eneo. He was just leaving Schulberger, came, yes. And was the first big company that gave us the opportunity to work with them. So from there, but it was 1 year where things were really tough, and nobody was understanding how relevant it is. How can you pay someone to come and train, you know? Because training is not really part of the DNA of many of African organizations.
That's right.
So we take it for granted, whereas leaders are learners. If they stop learning, they stop also performing.
Right. That's right. I think, personally, I think that Cameroonian staff need a lot of training.
A lot.
And what you are doing at Go Ahead Africa is absolutely needed.
Yes.
Because these days, most of the entrepreneurs that I have come across, when I interview them, they tell me most of the challenges they have is with their team. Most people apply for jobs, everybody wants a job, but when it comes to actually doing that work,
yes,
there's a lot of challenges they're facing, and this is where Go Ahead Africa comes in to help build this.
Nadine, the explanation partly is that, you know, I will be next week in Yaoundé for the Rencontre économique du Cameroun that GECAM is organizing.
Yes.
Like we call it in English the business, the economic meeting in Yaoundé.
Business forum.
So yeah. I'm one of the speakers, and my topic is on youth employability. How do we do to increase or, yes, the levier de performance?
Yes.
Now, if you look very well, the entrepreneurs that are complaining, because our educational system, the way it is model, I don't think is really addressing people cram, they recitate, and they have the certificate. But it's not skill-oriented. Someone can really have a master's, but ask him, what can you really effectively do in the company? Not with all good faith. He cannot. Because it was not, the system was not designed to address the current issue. Yes.
That's right.
So I think vocational training is perceived like a failure. I still remember as a young person when they say, okay, you go and do mechanic, it was an insult, you know, it's like you're stupid.
You're the one that is sidelined.
You'll be plumber, you know, the way even the parents said, no, totally wrong. The plumbers, we need them. We need electrician. We need. So
that's right. Vocational training is something that is very much needed. Even if you are as educated as what, it is always good to learn a skill.
A skill. That's why even upon graduation, people will still go back and learn my computer, like this and that. They still go back because they must have some skills.
Mr. Roland, let's discuss about you personally.
Okay.
Tell me, if you were to go back to yourself, within your 20s, what are some of those things you are going to change? What are the things you will not do anymore? And what would you rather do to be a better person?
As a teenager, I was a very cool guy.
Okay.
My classmates, they can, I know today with social media, they can go and when you publish it, they will check. No, I was so like smoking, drinking, I did not. I had even health issue. I was like a patient. So my life was really tough, and I want to thank my parents, my mother who did a lot of sacrifice to make sure that I'm still living alive, and God will help me. So I think if there are certain things I will change, I will just focus more on skills. Because, you know, we're good, you know, cramming, you know, history, we did that.
Yeah.
I went to school well, I thank God, and I did well in school.
Yeah.
But if I had to redo it, I will more focus on learning some skills again.
Yes.
And that's why even at my age, I keep learning every day. I would have loved to learn or like fashion. You know, I'm passionate about fashion.
Yeah.
This is done by Cameroonian, you know. I try to, for the past 10 years, all my dresses are shown by African. Okay. Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Mali, Cameroon, Senegal. So yeah, because it is important for Africans to promote what they produce. We should produce what we consume and consume what we produce.
That's right.
And this is in all aspects. It can be music, entertainment, tourism. It's very important that we kill this inferiority complex where we think that, you know, everything coming from the Western or the East is, no, I think we should really do that. We should be intentional. Now, I would have loved to do tailoring, fashion. I'm very serious on that. It's one of my passion. When I was a university student, I was shaving. I had a salon.
Okay.
I think I put in my Facebook.
Yes.
So it was And I used to have 200 francs CFA, all that. But at the end of the day, I was having fun, but having also some income. Whether we had scholarship, we were paid. We were a generation where we had 35,000, 40,000 to go to school every month.
Wow.
So I thank God we are that generation.
Yes.
But I was still like, at that time, shaving was with comb and blade.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that.
Yes.
Then you shave like that.
Yes.
I like people look good and all the rest. So I advise young people, if I had an advice, beside the classical educational system, that do not really depend on you because that's a government policy, please do something. It can be, I was in Wanko this weekend for culinary. You know, Cameroon will have more than 100 dishes.
That's right.
It's the culture is a whole business opportunity. And I was happy to see the chef. You know, men, ladies that could do some beignet, could differently, some ekpang, you know, all that. So again, for me, they will have job easily. They will create even their job because they have a skill.
And these are some of the things that tourists would like to come and enjoy in Africa. Rather than us, you know, imitating the Western cuisine, we can
take from the Western maybe the technology, the approach, the methodology. You know, I would advise that if a young guy wants to do like beignet, let him do in a modern way, you know, tradition beside modernity. There's no incompatibility. They can work together. That's where now the young people with IT, artificial intelligence, all this, they should instead come and boost, but it should be built on our culture, on who we are.
Great.
Yes.
Now let's talk about entrepreneurship in Cameroon.
Yes.
What is your appraisal of how entrepreneurship is going so far in Cameroon? What would you say?
I think the Cameroonians are very, they are entrepreneurs in their DNA. They are not lazy. They are hardworking. They are working so hard. The only challenge, or one of the challenges, is that the infrastructure is not easy. You see, we have energy challenges.
Yes.
So if a young lady maybe open a salon, you know, or the young guy showing, sometimes it's 1 week late. It tells you, tonton, you know, there's no light, and he's not lying.
Yes.
And sometimes they have to invest in generator. So the production cost becomes so high.
That's right.
But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. Entrepreneurs are solution-oriented people.
That's right.
We are not there to complain. No accusing, no blaming, and no complaint. No ABC syndrome that I developed in my Facebook. Now, the other challenge is access to finances. But it's not like number one, but it's there, it's a reality.
Yes.
But it's important for those listening to me, start small. Start with little. Learn, because you are going to, in the process of doing that, learning by doing, you are going to make errors. You will lose some money. So if you start big or they have given you a lot of money, it's very dangerous. Because, you know, the real life is not like in school. You make an error, you can erase, you can put a blank, write it back. The real life, an error is an error. So I would advise that finances, if the government or other
individuals, organizations
could really support, but they should support those who are already doing something. That's the error maybe the government did. Is don't create entrepreneurs. No, we don't create them.
The idea.
Yes, those who are already on the field, we support them.
Exactly.
Who have started something, we support them. I think if we do that, now we can now create a lot of champions. But if not, the spirit is there. The guys, they want to do many things. And I'll advise them not to get discouraged, because the solution for African Renaissance is through entrepreneurs. Because entrepreneurs are solution-oriented. They create wealth. They create organization. They will create, they will generate jobs. They will pay taxes. So I will only advise again, African government, please make sure that you support entrepreneurship. That's where the salvation will come. If not, we are going to say we have all the raw materials, but we are still poor because we have not solved, we have not empowered enough entrepreneurs. And for me, entrepreneurship in Cameroon, if I had to give a mark over 10, I would say 6 over 10.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations, Cameroon.
Yes.
Now, since we have lots of entrepreneurs in Cameroon, you might want to give a financial advice to some of these entrepreneurs. What would be the best advice you give them on how to handle finances?
Oh my God. Thank you, Nadine. Not only entrepreneurs, even professionals.
Okay.
You know, there is today, even in our leadership academy, that, you know, we bring young people every year, train them for free. There's a whole model on personal finances.
That's right.
Now, I will give the first advice that work on a budget. You must have a budget. You must. It's a must. You earn, maybe your revenue is 200. You have decided, okay, if I pay my rent, I pay this, my entertainment is 5,000. Work on budget and be very strict on that. Number two.
And give accounts.
Yes, number two is that don't live beyond your means. Don't imitate. There's no competition in life.
That's right.
There's only one Nadine, there's one Roland. No, we are unique. Don't compete. And if you want to compete, compete with yourself. That's the only competition that is allowed, yes, so that you are a better version of yourself. Don't compete. So, Nadine, she's looking good, she has nice shoes, okay. Maybe for my program, my project, life project, is to maybe finish my PhD or to have many masters. I don't know. I don't want to compare. Yes. And by the way, the shoe is beautiful, but I don't know where it's pinning you. So you have to be very careful.
That's right.
Yeah, yes, please. Because sometimes we leave, she did it, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Or she's traveling, I will tell, no. What is your own agenda?
That's right.
Follow your agenda. Follow your life vision. There's another element that is so important is that learn how to save. Some culture is even part of their DNA. Saving is a must.
Yes.
And we should start even training young people, even from they should learn how to save. If you cannot save when you have 10,000 francs, it's not when you have 1 million. Because you have 1 million.
That's right.
Whereas saving become part of your philosophy, life philosophy, is also good. Then the other aspect is that when you start a career or even an entrepreneurship, you start it. Don't say, I want to buy a car. You can take Yango. You can take taxi. Even for 4 or 5 years. It doesn't remove the fact that you're an entrepreneur.
That's right.
Entrepreneurs don't have money. No. So again, take your time. You buy a car when it becomes part of a production. It has a huge impact on your productivity. Yes. But if it's a liability, I'm afraid. Start to put fuel, it is bad, problems start, stress.
Definitely.
No.
It's another mouth to feed.
Then the other aspect that I would say was very funny is that entrepreneurs should get married very early.
Very early, okay.
Very early.
Okay.
Because, especially for young entrepreneur boys, the challenge is that when you start to be wealthy, the danger is to start having, you don't have a disciplined life. You see a girl here, you want. You see a girl there, you want. The money will go.
Yes.
Whereas if you have a partner, she will come and she will support you. If you are blessed to have a good partner,
yes,
then you will see how your life.
Yes,
so I think it will go, yes. So I keep even the young, get married, but to the right person. Don't get married because you want to get married, but look for one, and because together, you guys will go far. When we are two, the weight is light. So I just want to really advise. It's something a bit funny, but I keep insisting, and it's also for the women. Now, if you are an entrepreneur lady, be careful on the choice of the partner. There are some partners that are very jealous. Well, we all know that the life of an entrepreneur is not, it's very up and down.
Yes.
Sometimes you close late. Sometimes you are stressed because taxation. Sometimes the client have not paid on time. So it's not as easy. You have to pay the staff. Sometimes the staff are not good. Sometimes the staff, they will steal. There are many issues.
Yes.
Every day there is one. So imagine that you have a partner that is there bringing against stress. The person should instead support you.
That's right.
That, sweetheart, how was your day? No, don't mind. This advice you on, advice, and encourage you.
Yes.
Instead of saying no, So all the men and women that have made it, entrepreneurship or even in life, when you look critically, they were very lucky to have good partners. So pray for that, work for that, and if you succeed to solve that equation, I think you will make it very easily.
Wow. And guys, you heard it from the horse's mouth. If you are getting into entrepreneurship or you already are in entrepreneurship, it is best when you focus on one partner.
Yes.
And a very supportive and understanding one.
Yes.
It's going to help you grow even better.
Yes.
That's the advice we got from our special guest on today's edition of the program. But I'm not going to let you go yet. You have to tell us what your personal opinion is on how entrepreneurs can be better at what they do. What is that special word that you have to give them aside what you already said?
I always say, why did you decide to become an entrepreneur? I know that some of us, you know, we try concourse, we fail, we look for jobs in the big company we didn't have, then it become a plan D or plan F.
Yes.
So we do it by frustration.
Yeah.
No problem. Look, any
Whatever
disappointment is a blessing.
That's right.
I have said it in the beginning of our program that if you are not doing what you love
what you do.
Now that you are in entrepreneurship, and that is almost the only solution. Let us take the extreme case. Please be passionate about what you are doing. Number one. Number two, it's not about money. Error. It's not about money. It's about the service. It's about making sure that your client is satisfied. The client is king. I keep saying, I've been in entrepreneurship for 26 years. My client are my boss. Make sure that you satisfy the client.
That's right.
You'll be surprised. The client now will start doing your advertisement. That's the best advertisement. Recommendation. Bouche oreille.
What are some of the business ideas or entrepreneurship ideas you can recommend Cameroonians to get into? Cameroonians and Africans, looking at the environment. Recently, we heard the president of Cameroon recommending that youths get into agriculture and livestock. And of course, there are potentials with that one because agriculture never fails, like they always say. What are some of the ideas or the business fertile grounds that entrepreneurs can explore in Cameroon and in Africa?
Nadine, I will surprise you and I will disappoint you.
Okay.
I have a different approach. What is important for me is the methodology.
Okay.
Not the idea. No. So what I tell, from day one, I've been doing this job for 26 years. What I advise that an entrepreneur is a solution provider. It's a matter of mindset. What do you do? Observe your environment.
Okay.
All what they call issues, problems, they're business opportunities. That's all.
That's right.
I come to a community, they say, oh, to have water here is
a challenge.
And then I go.
How can I bring water?
Water.
It's okay.
The people don't eat. By 6, we're hungry. There's no. I start my dodo and beans.
Restaurant.
Yeah, it's too hot, and we think that if there was a place where we could, or there's no light, we could charge our phone. I bring solar. Look, think solution.
Yes.
Entrepreneur think solution. When you have that mindset, you can be entrepreneur in all type of fields. It means you come to your environment, observe your environment. All the problems, all the issues, you decide now to bring solution. Those solutions become now income or income-generating activities. For me, that's the methodology.
Okay.
Agriculture, so IT, digital, all sectors is the same mindset, the same way of thinking. They take risk, they anticipate, they see what the others are not seeing, they are hardworking, they work more than others, but they also work smart, they are leaders, they can bring people together to buy in their vision and start even believing in the vision or in your vision. So there are many other skills. They manage well, the money comes in, you don't spend anyhow, because you can produce, but if it comes in and go out, we are wasting our time. So there are other skills that are classical skills. I will come on some few. Number one, you must know how to manage resources. And the biggest resource is human resources. Number two, financial resources. Be careful. Don't take debt from just taking sick. Don't go and take loan just for taking loan. Don't live beyond. Live humbly. Yes. Don't buy a car because I no. Be very careful. Because there are days there are money, there are days there will be no money. So just think about that. And last but not least, be innovative.
Okay.
What is the trend of your market? What are the, you have to be very curious. What are the next direction that business, innovation and all the rest. So again, but be passionate about what you are doing.
Exactly.
Please yourself in the process. Be happy. Don't be sad. Do it, and at the end of the day, you are going to have a huge impact. You are going to inspire others, but you are going to also be a person that is fulfilled. I don't like to see people around me who are sad. They are doing business. They should be wealthy, but they are sad. Or you see a medical doctor, good morning, doc, how are you? Oh, this country, I feel so sad.
Yeah.
Or, Nadine, how are you? No. Nadine, how are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. It's very important to be very positive.
Yes.
Because you cannot give what you don't have.
That's right.
Entrepreneurs are solution providers.
Thank you so much. It's always a blessing having you on this set. This is the second time, and I never get enough. I would really love to continue this interview, but I think time is up. I'm very sure you have lots of things to give us because, of course, I still had other questions I would have loved to explore.
Maybe we'll have a tête or there'll be a tête. On dit jamais 203 in French. So we did the second.
Yes.
There must be a tête. And the tête can be on a specific topic. Just tell me, and we'll look at our timetable. I will gladly come. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, Andre Bless, Managers of Africa, we are definitely. Thank you so much for being a part of this program today. And before we go, do you have any last words for our viewers? How can they contact Go Ahead Africa and make use of their services? And
our email is info@goaheadafrica.net. We are on LinkedIn, Facebook, all the platform. And I just have, for this 2025, they should work on 3 key elements. Resilience, never give up. It's not going to be easy. Agility, you need to reinvent yourself. Plan A, plan B, plan C. And last is performance. Be result-oriented. No matter what, make sure that at the end of the day, you deliver.
Exactly. Thank you so much. And you just heard it from the horse's mouth. That has been Roland Kwemain for us. He is always, packed up with lots of insightful information to help us grow and become better Africans. He is a passionate African, an author. We didn't get to explore his books on this edition, but subsequently we will definitely do that. And he is also a business coach, leader, you can name it, and the chairman of Go Ahead Africa. It's been a lovely time with him on set. But until next time, it is time to say bye-bye. Don't be sad. Go nowhere. Continue to keep it here on Dash TV because we have more interesting programs coming up. In the meantime, have a lovely day. Bye-bye.